In the city of Cyprus in 300 BC, a wealthy merchant named Zeno lived. While traveling from Phoenicia to Piraeus, his ship sank and all his cargo was lost with it. Because of this event, something completely beyond Zeno's control, this incredibly rich man suddenly became penniless. Imagine you are in Zeno's place. How would you react when everything you've worked for your whole life is taken away by the ruthless power of nature? What is the right reaction? Would you be angry, sad, feel like life has betrayed you? For most of us, these would be natural reactions. But for Zeno, the father of Stoicism, it wasn't. A small shift in perspective can have a lasting effect, and a minor change in your thinking can lead to bigger, more impactful changes. At its core, Stoicism is about acceptance and indifference. After studying the works of Socrates and other great philosophers, Zeno developed and taught Stoicism.
According to Zeno, although we have little control over what happens to us, we do have control over how we react to it, and we must use that control wisely. Instead of crying over spilled milk, or in this case sunken goods, Zeno focused on maintaining composure and inner peace, even in the face of his misfortune. Today, people often unconsciously view Stoics as unbreakable individuals, those who don't experience extreme emotional highs and avoid fits of rage or anxiety attacks. But the main idea behind Stoicism goes far beyond that. Stoicism wasn't just a way to describe emotionless people. It was a way to see, interpret, and understand the world. It was a lifestyle that has endured for centuries. The philosophy of Stoicism can be applied today in the same way it was used thousands of years ago, and its benefits remain just as powerful.
Stoicism enables us to process the negative emotions that come from bad experiences and turn them into thoughts that give us a unique perspective on life. Perspective is everything. Everyone in the world has different experiences, and for that reason, they have different perspectives on things. Because Stoics gathered in public places to discuss and teach philosophy, their ideas became widely known. They believed Stoic principles could benefit everyone, so it didn't make sense to hide this knowledge behind the walls of a school or a palace courtyard. That's why, from slaves to emperors, anyone could learn and become a Stoic, and they did. Some of the most famous Stoics include Epictetus, whose name literally means acquired because he was once a slave; Seneca, the renowned politician; and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the most powerful people.
The early Stoics practiced what they preached. They rejected discrimination and were at the forefront of fighting inequality. They even coined the word cosmopolitan, which literally means citizen of the world. When we hear this word today, we think of cities like New York, Toronto, Dubai, and London because of their diversity. This was the kind of unity and solidarity Stoics promoted. At the time Stoicism was forming, women weren't allowed to pursue philosophy, but the Stoics completely disagreed with this idea. Musonius Rufus, the teacher of Epictetus, once said, "It is not only men who have a natural inclination and desire for virtue, but women too. Women take as much joy in noble and just actions as men and reject their opposites." If this is true, why should it be appropriate for men to pursue the paths of a good life and practice philosophy, but not women? Even when it was unpopular, they allowed women to freely learn about Stoicism and become Stoics themselves. So why do so many people adopt Stoicism as a way of life? In a world full of unexpected twists and turns, our emotions can get in the way. In reality, we don't get upset because bad things happen. We get upset because bad things happen unexpectedly. Rain is a good thing. It waters our plants, provides water for livestock, and keeps the air cool.
We should measure our worth by the things we can control, not the things we can't. The Stoics believe that true happiness comes from within, not from external factors. If we focus our minds on things we can't control, we will always be subject to frustration and stress. But if we focus on the things we can control, our attitudes, choices, and reactions, we will experience true peace. That's why Marcus Aurelius repeatedly emphasizes in his meditations that we must master our own minds and not let external events control us. In his view, Problems and hardships in life are inevitable, but how we respond to them is entirely up to us. How to be a Stoic. 1. Understand the two circles of control. Everything that happens in life is either under your control or it is not. The Stoics recommend that we focus our time and energy on the things we can change, such as our personal efforts, our mindset, and our decisions, and accept the things we have no control over. 2. Practice not being attached to material things. Material things and possessions are fleeting. They are nice to have, but we shouldn't attach our value to them. If you want to know a man is rich, don't look at what he has. Look at what he can be happy without, says Seneca. 3. Practice accepting fate. Amor fati. The Stoics believe that instead of resisting life, we should love fate. Amor fati means accepting and even loving not only the good things, but also the bad and difficult things, because they are all part of life's journey. 4. Prepare yourself for hardship every day. The Stoics always prepare themselves for the worst-case scenario. They did this through practices like voluntary discomfort, like living on the bare minimum, eating simple food, or living with minimal comforts so that if things get really tough one day, you're prepared. 5. Invest in your mind and soul. The Stoics said that the only thing that truly stays with you forever is your knowledge and wisdom. So instead of wasting your time on fleeting things, invest in learning, thinking, and developing your character. Summary: the art of mind control in an unstable world life is always full of unexpected events. You might fail, lose your money, lose loved ones, or have difficult things happen to you, but you choose how to react to them. Stoicism is a philosophy of life that teaches you how to remain calm and strong in any situation. So, like Zeno, like Marcus Aurelius, like Seneca, practice thinking stoically and don't let the world take over your mind. Because as Epictetus said, you are not troubled by things that happen, but by your judgment of them.